going on, everyone? John Matrix here. Hope you're all having yourselves a wonderful day wherever you're at and whenever you have the chance to watch this. Thank you for doing so. Today we're going to be jumping back into the SCP universe as we continue the When Daybreak series by Mr. Illustrated. We're going to be checking out part 3. This is SCP-001 When Daybreak's Unlondon. Links will be down below in the description to the original video without my commentary and reaction and to Mr. Illustrated's channel. Please do me the favor of clicking those links. If you enjoy this video as we go through it, please go over there and give this video a like. And if you are not already subscribed to Mr. Illustrated, please do me the favor of going over there and doing that. He definitely deserves the support. He works very hard in his videos. There's a lot of great animated stuff for the SCP videos that he puts out. Definitely worth supporting. Speaking of support, if you would like to take your support to the channel to the next level, you've been around the channel for a while, etc., etc., there is a join button underneath the video, as well as a link in the description to the YouTube membership benefits and tiers that I offer. Take a look at them and see if any of them have any kind of interest for you. You can get early access videos, priority, and any kind of reaction requests you might have, etc., etc. So take a look at those, see if they have any interest in taking your support to the next level. So Unlondon, I have gone over this SCP by the Exploring series. It's essentially, from what I remember of it, a giant underground city underneath London that no one knows how it got there, what purpose it has, and there's very strange things and entities there, potentially pattern screamer stuff, I think cognito hazard stuff, if I remember correctly. So it's like a giant empty city the size of London, from what I understand, underneath London, and it's like not 100% complete, but also seemingly to be kind of a very dangerous place. So I would assume that with everything going on, and obviously the sun being an issue, causing people to mutate into these, gelatinous blobby things, that a place like Unlondon could be a safe haven, potentially, or at least a haven. So I'm assuming that's what this is probably going to be about, them going there and trying to establish a base camp there and seeing what ensues. So without further ado, let's get into this. Again, this is SCP-001 When Daybreak's Unlondon by Mr. Illustrated.
Good day everyone and welcome back to SCP Illustrated, entry log 93. Today is an exciting day. We are going to be revisiting an old SCP-001 entry, namely When Daybreaks. But this time, we're taking the story to Unlondon in an original custom story written for me by Dr. Sumerian. He did an outstanding job with this story, so please go and check out his channel for loads more SCP content, including tips on how to write better, SCP discussions and read-throughs of his own entries. Now, this is an Apollyon class SCP, and this video does contain strong language, violence, sustained threat, and some sad, sort of emotional scenes. But without any further ado, let's get into this.
Let's do it. The Great Fire of Unlondon. Okay, interesting.
The following data release has been authorized by the following council members and administration staff.
Mom, Dad, Ari, I'm sorry.
Voice print identified Dr. Logan Agoda, Site 46, deceased. Right, okay. Okay, so Site 11's on lockdown, 21, 27, 59, 65, 60. There's no Site 69. Feels bad, man. Welcome administrator. Okay, so the administrator is still around.
Recording 1. My name is Jacob Hawkes. Dr. Oliver told us that recording our thoughts could keep us from going crazy down here in the dark. I'm neither bored nor scared enough to worry about that, but orders are orders. On the surface, I was a containment specialist. I spent most days either here in London or the primary British containment site in Kent.
Gotcha.
I work with Kira North, the site's current security head. I wouldn't call us partners, but we do good work together. Every day we find something new to study. Last month we noticed that you can grow plants down here. Now, how a plant can undergo photosynthesis without the photo part is beyond me.
Yeah.
But we've got a growing little farm going near the Hyde Park base. They don't grow very fast, mind you, but they do grow. Considering this place is supposed to replicate London, it actually makes some sense. Even the most urban cities have plants and parks.
So it sounds like they're already down underneath there. Okay.
As long as we try to keep a base down here, though, I'm going to have work. God, can you imagine doing this for the rest of your life?
So they are at least able to grow vegetation down there. So they're able to have, you know, I guess, farming, you know, food.
The Bobbies are a damned menace, constantly harrying the researchers.
That's right. I remember that. They're these like weird kind of faceless police thing. I remember that.
For the Foundation, they said, fight humanoid abominations for the good of mankind, they said. They were surprisingly honest in the brochure. One thing has begun to worry me, though. We lost contact with the outside this morning. Of course, that's not the first time it's happened, but usually by midday we get a check-in from above ground station. Nothing so far today. I'm sure it's nothing, but we're supposed to talk about the stuff that bothers us.
I'm sure it's not nothing.
Here I am. On top of it all, there's a marked uneasiness among the staff. There hasn't been an attack by the Bobbies all day, which is even weirder than losing contact with the surface.
Huh.
Elise said she thinks something went wrong groundside. An XK maybe. She's always freaking out over little things, but I ordered her.
I wonder if that's supposed to indicate that these things are kind of starting to get down here, and so the Bobbies are having to, you know, deal with them. They've got their hands tied up with the issues. Interesting.
Not to say that to anyone else. It made me worried, and we don't need that spreading to everyone else. She pouted a little when I gave her the order, but she'll get over it. I still convinced Kira, though, that we needed to send a patrol topside to check out the substation and figure out what's going on. It's likely nothing, but we can't take any chances.
Yeah, no.
That's all.
You gotta send someone up there and see what's happening.
I actually do feel a little better. Alert. Transmission received from Site 19.
This message will repeat. This is a general alert from Site 19 and the O5 Council. All Foundation personnel are to shelter in place. Direct exposure to sunlight is to be avoided at all costs. Under no circumstances are communications with SCP-001 entities to be initiated. We know they're trying to contact you. It doesn't matter. They're all dead. Do not respond. Do not acquiesce to any of their requests. All Foundation personnel should revise new evacuation plans. Site 19 is no longer secure due to several security lapses. The off-world colonization project is currently on
Off-world colonization project. Okay. So we got some Stargate shit going on here.
hold until the site is resecured. Learn from our mistakes, but don't come here yet. Shit, it's in the
Rip.
vent. Open fire!
Access audio file recording 2. Dr. Oliver spread her brains across her office wall with a bullet this morning. You'd have thought that the bosses would have changed their minds about the whole solo therapy thing, but apparently it's still in the rules. Turns out, I had the dumb luck of being in Unlondon when the sun went wrong. There's no confusion about what is happening, just the whys. If you spend any amount of time in the sunlight, you start to melt. Spend long enough, and there's no turning back. God.
So is it a situation where, like, even if you're wearing, because I guess they said, right, it's not like a specific spectrum of light that you can protect yourself against, right? It's not like UV or any other kind of, like, type of light wave. It's just the light itself. But being that you're underground or in some kind of, you know, building or something, is it I wonder, is it a situation where it's like just the light touching you? Do you actually have to like see the light with your eyes for it to change you? Is it a situation where you could like cover yourself up properly with glasses and enough clothing to where you wouldn't be changed because in the previous episode or previous couple of episodes, you know, the first two, there seemed to have been a character who was like all wrapped up in black clothing and glasses on that seemed to have been wandering around the surface okay, trying to get from one site to another, got to another site, but then ended up getting caught by these things. So I would think that that would be the case, but who knows? If not, then it's like, yeah, what really you're supposed to do? Because even at night, they'd said the sunlight reflecting off of the moon still causes people to change or things to change like that. So it's like, what are you supposed to do? Other than, I guess, on, you know, nights with the new moon where there's literally no light out at all, those would be the only times you'd be able to move.
That really is the new normal. All the people on the radio say the same thing. Nothing's wrong. Come out and see the sun. James's wife came on the radio today, begged him to come up. We had to hold him back, but I don't think it matters anymore. I watched half my team go out last night and melt in the moonlight.
Yep.
This morning they came back and asked us to let them in. I wouldn't be surprised if James ate a bullet before the dates. The welcome message. I gotta go. Something's coming down the stairs.
Yikers.
My fellow citizens, if you're hearing this, then the world as we knew it has finished. The sun has broken, the ground heaves with the tramp of terrible feet, and all the horror and madness have broken free to exact their vengeance on the world of men. Those who sought to contain it are killed or scattered. We soon learn that to attempt to fight these creatures is almost invariably to face one's death. Billions have been transformed into monstrous abominations, and there was nothing we could do to stop them. Evil has raised its bloody flag upon all nations of the world and crowed its unholy victory to the broken sun. Yes, this is the end. But there is a new hope. Welcome to Unlondon, a city of the survivors, a city of the free. Together, fellow citizen, we will wait and prepare for the new beginning, the grand new world that is soon to come. Let the world above burn, we will endure. Let the monsters have their world, we will prepare. And let the ground tremble with a new Armageddon as evil consumes itself. For I tell you, citizen, upon the day of the ruination of man, their insatiable appetites will turn them against one another in their endless lust for death. We will wait.
Like, how do you know that? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you know they're going to turn against each other? Because right now, they seem pretty united. And honestly, it seems like they're really technically almost like a hive mind entity. Like, I don't know about that. Also, I mean, from a logistics point of view, right? Like, it's almost kind of like Fallout, you know? Living in a vault. You know, like, how many people are you going to be able to sustain down there with food? Et cetera, et cetera. You know, all those kind of logistical things. So it's like, do you really even want to be spreading that message? You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously you want to make sure that you can get in enough people as is safe to have in there that you can sustain, because more people, obviously, there's more that can get done, and more people to defend things, et cetera, et cetera. But at the same time, then that's also more mouths to feed, more water, other logistical things like, you know, dealing with waste management, stuff like that. Plus, you also got all the weird stuff that happens down there, the bobbies and yada yada. So, like, who knows what other kind of events that could happen. So, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, do you really want to send this message out? Or is it like, do you want to have the people that are already down there in Unlondon secure things as much as possible, get things going in a sustainable manner, and figure out, like, I guess from there, but it's also, I don't know, like who else on the surface is even still alive, you know, at this point.
And I tell you, citizen, that there will be a new dawn, and you will emerge from Unlondon, blinking in the light of an uncorrupted sun, as our children play and laugh in the bones of horrors long dead, and we will walk, hand in hand to the sea, our faces skywards as that rising sun ushers in the new age of man. And you will gather, citizen, at my feet as I summon Unlondon from its rest, and it shall burst, phoenix-like from the ashes of the old. And on that day, citizen, there shall be a new order as we raise our flag over the entire world. I welcome you to Unlondon, the last city and the first.
See, and this is going over the PA, so I wonder, like, is this... Because I seem to remember in the Unlondon SCP video that there were certain things, like an unknown voice would ring out over the PA on things. So, like... Is that what's happening here? Is some kind of, like, random unknown voice just making this announcement, knowing what's going on? Or is this, like, an actual SCP... member saying these things, like someone from the 05 council or something. I mean, I guess we'll find out, but
Access audio file recording 3.
James, it's Amelia. I'm not sick anymore. I was at the doctor's office when the light changed us all. Now there's no sickness. I don't know if you can hear me.
that like wet kind of oh, it's like, it's so gross, that noise you hear in the background as they're talking.
But you should come upstairs. It's so beautiful here. There's no more hunger, no more war, no more suffering. We all are linked together in harmony, in peace. Your mother is here. Your father too. All of us are waiting for you, James.
Nope.
Remember when you proposed? The sunset beach in Botany Bay. The whole world was on pause while you got down on one knee and told me you loved me. You told me you didn't want to live without me, James. Were you lying? James, we miss you so much. The doctor said it was going to be a little boy.
It was going to be.
Come back to us, James. It's so beautiful here.
Not, it turned out to be a little boy, and you have the sun up here. Was going to be a little boy, indicating that it's gone now from what happened.
Access audio file recording 4. Well, shut up then. Because if we don't record something, no one's going to know what the fuck happened. Look, I'm doing this. Keep an eye out and don't let them see you. We lost. Hard. After the attack on the entryway, we fell back to the Hyde Park tent city. It was a beautiful little community of the stuffiest men and women you'd ever met. Supplies would have lasted us a year or two at least, and by then we'd hoped to scrounge some sunlights from above ground for the carrot and potato seeds. Before things went tits up, for a second time anyway. We all got about 4 hours of sleep before we woke up screaming, all of us. I remember dreaming about this giant eye looking at me across an
Huh. It makes me wonder, is that like the alien entity from an alternate reality that's like an anti-meme or whatever? But I wouldn't think so, right? It would want to make itself known. I don't know. Giant eye looking across an endless horizon. I'm trying to think of what SCP that could be off the top of my head. I mean, I guess it could be the Scarlet King, but that doesn't sound Scarlet Kingish, right?
endless horizon. It was angry, disappointed. It was so hot. I was trying to breathe and it burned my lungs. Suddenly my clothes caught on fire. I didn't die or even pass out. My skin started to bubble and melt and the eye looked satisfied.
So I assume in they're dreaming about whatever is going on with the sun. And the sun is this eye, I think.
And that's when I noticed the thing had eyebrows. How I missed that before, I don't know, but then it was a face. And then a hand came at me from across the horizon and a flock of pigeons came from behind me and let out this terrible scream. They attacked the hand, pecking at it until it was nothing but bone, but it still kept coming. It scooped up the puddle that was me and brought me to its mouth.
Yikes.
And then I woke up.
Yikes. So yeah, it sounds like there's some kind of entity that's living in the sun that, like, yeah, wants to consume everyone and make it a part of itself. Interesting.
I think the city was trying to warn us. I don't know how this place works, but those stupid pigeon eye things were going crazy in the air above us. They could see it coming even though we couldn't. The men we lost last night knew everything about our defences, and there's a flood of flesh pouring down the stairs now, spreading its way across the city. I don't know how many people made it out of Hyde Park, but it wasn't many. James's leg's a mess, and Elise is out of breath. The only one keeping things together is Kira, and she kind of wants to leave the other two behind. I told her we needed to record another message. And
so there's like pigeon creatures up in there too, flying around, that are also kind of acting like a defense system. Interesting. So it's almost like Unlondon itself is kind of like alive, and it has some kind of immune system, you know, that's trying to keep this thing out.
She gave me a look like I was going crazy. Maybe I am. But I'm not leaving Elise behind. And if we kept running, those things would have gotten her. I don't know what we can do for James, but we're trying. The bleeding stopped at least. When the attack came, our perimeter defences didn't trigger, but thankfully we were already awake. We opened fire, but I'm not sure what we thought was going to be accomplished by shooting a giant wave of flesh. It rolled over everything and everyone who didn't run. Kira thinks if we could burn it, we could do some damage, but where the fuck are we going to get fuel down here? The only positive to all of this
I said to get the memo that freezing it seems to be the best thing to do.
Fat lot of good they did. I thought we were dead, but the speaker crackled to life, and that same damn voice as always told us we could find refuge in Parliament. So we're going there now. Shit. Get James, we've got to move. I hope this is...
Huh. So yeah, the city seems to also be directing him. So that's also something that's very interesting. It's interesting that the city is like kind of protecting them or wanting to work with them against whatever these things are.
This is the end of our story. Access audio file recording 5.
This city was meant to be a shining beacon in the dark against the fall of the world of men. You mock it. You destroy all that lives and turn it into more of yourself. I give you this one warning. Go back to your corrupted son. There is nothing to be found here but darkness, and your light has no power here. Burn and answer for your crimes, abominations.
Of course, you can't help but think about the Lord of the Rings meme with that line. You have no power here.
I cast you into perdition's flame.
Damn, the man's not kidding around.
Access audio file recording 6.
Some kind of explosion.
We had to leave
Does the
James
city have some kind of like nukes that they can send here? Like,
behind. I think he knew he was going to die. Kira offered to blow his brains out so he wouldn't get taken, but he said he wanted to see his family. I don't know what to make of that, but I hope he's happy now.
I feel like that's
Kira,
not the
Elise
case.
and I made our way to Westminster. I'd never seen so many bobbies in one place before. They parted just enough for us to make it to the Parliament building. A few days ago I'd have been terrified, but it felt comforting. Strange days indeed.
I wonder if these things can get converted into whatever these, you know, flesh mutant things are. Because then that's more fuel to the fire for them, right? But if not, then obviously that's quite a powerful weapon if they are able to even like halt the sun creatures spread.
Parliament was empty, except for an army of Unlondon's monster guards. Most of them guarded the door and a few guided us through the maze inside the building. If they weren't there, I swear we'd never have found our way. We came out in a room with a tank at the centre, large enough to hold a person, but It was empty. Just a slick of liquid along the floor that led to another open door. The Bobbies can't talk, so they just motioned to the door with their hands. It was a bit comical to me. I mean, what are we going to do? Run back outside?
True.
There was a set of stairs going down. We could hear the door close behind us, and then we heard a loud crash. We arrived at the bottom of the stairs on a sandy beach. There was a little wooden platform with a small steam-powered ship, barely visible in the dark, attached to it with a rope. We could see Unlondon looming above us, but there was no other way back, except back up the stairs that we'd fled through.
So they're like, yeah, escorting him out so that they can leave, but like, where are they gonna go, right? Is this still, like, are they still underground? They're talking about being on a beach with a boat, right? Sandy beach, there's a wooden platform with a small steam-powered ship. Yeah, so like, if this is outside, obviously, if they get hit by the sun, then they're screwed. So this must still be some like underground thing.
There was a mooring for a second boat, but it was long gone. Aerial surveillance of this area last month didn't see the boats, and Kira and I have no idea where they've come from. Not that it matters. When someone throws you a life vest, you take it, not quibble over where it came from. We knew there was no other way out, so we climbed aboard. Once we were in the water and a decent distance away, something burst at the centre of the city. The flames, they burned bright and white. The flesh is sizzling and screaming. The whole city is dying and the monsters with it.
Yeah, they set off something.
If this river is an approximation of the Thames, we should reach open water soon. I honestly think the ship knows where it's going somehow. We barely have to steer at all. Elise found a note in the engine room. It said, "Gather your friends, gather your things, and gather your light. The path to Undublin is dark but Thames, and if you can make it, I'll save you a pint."
So they're going from Unlondon to Undublin. So underground, they're going through some other kind of ocean way, I guess, to what seems to be an underground part of Ireland, Undublin.
I'm looking forward to taking them up on that.
Huh. Interesting. All right, well, that seems to be it. All right, so there you have it. So that was SCP-001 When Day Breaks Unlondon. So this seems to be kind of like, it seems to be like the first two episodes have completed that, you know, opening and characters arc, and now we're here with a new set of characters and things going on. And yeah, it's interesting that the city seems to be, you know, conscious of what's going on, and it seems almost like its purpose is like the preservation of man, and so it guided these people out, protected them, and then sacrificed itself to destroy these creatures, and I guess give these people time to escape, to get out, to go to a new place called Undublin. I'm assuming that means they're going to through some underground waterway to Ireland. Does this mean, like, is this like a Hollow Earth thing going on here now? Is there like an Unlondon? There's an Undublin. Is there also like is there a whole like underground ocean and other continents? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that where this is gonna go and expand out to? But yeah, so I guess we're gonna find out what happens on the next one. So still no real answers on what happened with the sun, what's going on with these creatures. They had some kind of vision, I guess, or dream from the city of, I guess, the sun trying to convert them and wanting to, I guess, kind of consume them. And I think it's like a metaphor for them, for the sun, like trying to make them a part of itself, or whatever entity is in the sun. It seems like there is some kind of entity that has taken either residence in the sun, or I don't know, or was in the sun and was dormant all this time and is now awake. But they had like some kind of eye that was looking at them that was like burning them and whatnot. And then this hand came out, and these pigeon creatures from the city were pecking away at its flesh until there was nothing but bone, but it kept coming, and it grabbed him up when he was turned into this, like, you know, puddle sun mutated form thing and consumed him. So like, it gives us, I guess, some kind of clue as to some stuff, you know, that there is seemingly some kind of entity, I guess, in the sun that is doing this, if it's not the sun itself. So, but very interesting. So I guess we'll have to see where the story takes us next, as I guess we're going to be going to Unlondon. So, yeah, that was SCP-001 when day breaks on London. Links will be down below in the description to the original video without my commentary and reaction, and to Mr. Illustrated's channel. If you could please do me a favor, click those links. If you enjoyed this video as we go through it, go over and give it a like. And if you enjoy the content that Mr. Illustrated creates, please do me a favor in giving him a sub if you're not subscribed to him already. If you would like to join us when we do these reactions live, we'd love to have you guys come in here, join the conversations that we have, add your 2 cents. That's one of the reasons why, you know, I do these videos, is to bring up discussions and whatnot with people of that like similar, you know, things, sci-fi stuff, you know, etc., etc. So we'd love to have you guys come in. There is a join button underneath the video, as well as a link in the description to the YouTube membership benefits and tiers that I offer. Take a look at them, see if you'd be interested in taking your support to the channel to the next level. But regardless of that, I just appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to come in, hang out, check out the channel, and watch the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, consider leaving a like and a sub, as it helps me and the channel grow. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time.